if you don't know nothing about sales, let's say you are someone just started to learn how to sell, started to learn how to persuade people, this is the only book that you need to study. It's called The Literary Book of Selling. It's one of the best books out there. It's pretty short book. It's not like that long, but it's like it has only 12 principles, and each principle is one chapter. So totally is 12 chapters in this entire book. But in this video, I'm gonna tell you the first two principles of this book, because those are the two shortest principles of this book, and the rest of the principles, like the fourth, the third, the fifth, and after the third one, are the most beautiful chapters of this book, because in those chapters he talks about how to sell, what are the important points to sell, everything about sales. He starts to share that knowledge after the second chapters. So, but here's the thing though. In the first chapter, he talks about the motivations, about the mindset. When it comes to selling, you gotta be someone who kick his own ass every day to pursue his dream, to work for something that he's passionate about. That's what he's talking about, because this is the headlines of the first chapter of this book. Let me pull it up for you. There you go. It says, kick your own ass. It's the first chapter. This chapter, the whole chapter talks about the mindset, how to be the best at what you do. But it's not like too much. You could have all of them in YouTube. You can find David Goggins talks about it. You know, it's all about mindset. But what about the second principle? The second principle of sales. He says, prepare to win or lose to someone who is. In this chapter, he talks about what you have to do before you get a client. Let's say you have a client, you have a meeting with them, what you have to do in order to get that client more interested on the work that you are about to do for them. This is what he's talking about in the second chapter. He says, be prepared, do your research about the clients that you are about to have a meeting with them. Like basically everything before the meeting, you gotta go research about the client, the company, the competitors, the employees, the CEO. Go search about them, what they like, what they hate, search their social media presence, everything. So that way, when you get into your meetings, you are prepared and you are gonna be like, alright, this guy is actually knows what I want, and he actually did his homework. He actually did some research about me. He actually did some preparations in order to get me or sign me up as a client. So yeah, that's the whole chapter of the Literary Book of Selling. That's the second principle. So that being said, yeah, that was the two of the first principles. No, two of the principles of the Literary Book of Selling. But the next video is going to be a detailed video on how to do the branding according to this book. The third principle of sales is completely about branding. How to do branding in a proper way. So, with that being said, I will see you guys on the third principles of sales.